All right, the only two guys we're going to rule out is Sauce and Anthony Gould, and then Buck should be ready to roll. So it's good to get him back.
Well, I'm Buck. When we talked to him the other day, he kind of sounded like he was contemplative. Like, I don't know if there's risk involved in. I don't know but like, where is he at? Is there any? Was that a tough decision to put him out there, or is it pretty clear cut?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was a neck issue. So obviously, that's better for him to answer. Obviously, he answered to you guys too. But yeah, we're looking forward to him, getting back out there with the football team.
What about Bernie?
Bernie, we'll see. He practiced today, so.
That's sort of a wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much was he able to do?
Yeah, he did. He was limited, so he did some stuff. It was good.
Is there going to be any limitations with Buck, considering he hasn't played since?
We'll see how the game goes. See how it plays out.
What if any difference did you see in Philip this week? I mean, was there any progression out of this week too, or what did you see?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, being in the fold now for another week, just going through the operation, everything, the communication at the line of scrimmage, checks, offensive line, receivers, routes, all those things. It was good to get him back in the flow of another week, so it was good.
You guys went to loop last week when Bernie went down. Obviously, Gonzalez has played tackle. Is it just because he's been inside so much?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's definitely part of it, what you just said, yeah.
What did you think of Anthony this week?
He did some good things. It was great to get him back out there in practice. He threw it well. We're just taking it one day at a time, but it was great to get him back out there.
Scout team reps for him?
Yeah, you got a ton of scout team reps, yeah.
Shane, as a young coach, you spent a lot of time with Philip. Your overall football philosophy these days, how much of that do you trace back to those early days?
Well, I think that's kind of where I started in the league. Obviously, going back to Norv Turner, being around him for a long time, how he saw the game as a head coach, coordinator, calling the game, and then Philip was obviously in that realm the whole time too. So, being around both those guys was huge, for me. Learning from, Norv, and then obviously being around Philip, how he sees the game, how he communicates, it was huge for, my benefit.
How early last week did you realize Abdullah would be such a big part with Philip?
I think, he's been a good player in this league for a while. And when we signed him, I told you guys that story. I remember the day after we signed him, I walked in the training room at 6 a.m. He was already in there working on stuff. And I was like, yeah, this guy's played for 10 years, and that's why. I mean, the guy works at it. Obviously, the return game's been good. He's been really good out of the backfield for us. So that stuff's obviously very beneficial, in that regard.
How do you assess just how Jalen and Luke did second half last week?
I thought they did a great job. I thought Jalen, did a hell of a job, obviously. And then Luke coming in there and battling like he did. He's been working his tail off, practicing. And so when he got his opportunity, I thought he came in and did some really good things for us.
What do you think's given Jalen a chance to be successful? Because sometimes it takes tackles a little while to.
I think he's really freaking smart to start with. I think he sees the game pretty well. I think Tony does a great job with those guys, preparing those guys each and every week. The mental reps that he gets, the scout team reps, and then obviously stepping into that role that he did. He's a big man. He's a big man that's very physical at the point of attack. So, some really good stuff there.
San Francisco's got a million injuries. You got 10 wins. What do you think it is about them that they have been able to overcome all that?
It's a credit to those guys. I mean, the coaches, their players, they're battling through. Obviously, they've had some tight wins, that they pulled out. Which this is what that league is, and they've done a good job of finding ways to win. So I think it's a credit to everybody there.
I don't think you had mentioned him. I know Quentin Nelson's had a wrist injury, a couple days practice. He all good for Monday.
Yeah, he should be good to
go. With Sauce, does he play again this year, do you think?
Yes. Okay. Yep, he will.
What do you do when you've got 3 of your last losses have been by like 2, 3, and 4 points?
Yeah.
So it's just that close. What's the difference? How can you prepare different to try to have a different result?
Yeah, I think it's in this league. It is. It comes down to those close games, especially. It's 2 or 3 plays. It's just finding those extra 2 or 3 plays a game more than your opponent and finishing at the end. And obviously that stuff's talked about. You work, situations where it's got to have it situations in practice to put those guys in position to when those things come up, they've repped it on the practice field, and you go from there.
Got any early Monday night football memories when you were growing up?
Yeah, I do actually. I think my first one was at Qualcomm, San Diego. It was pretty awesome. They had the fireworks coming off, and then they actually played the Monday night theme song on the Jumbotron. and I was up in the box, and I was like, pretty freaking cool to be a part of this thing. So we're excited. Monday Night Football doesn't get any better than that. So excited to be back in front of the fans. I know the crowd will be rocking, so it'll be fun.